While applying to universities, my family's financial struggles limited my options. Fortunately, as an APIA McDonald Scholar, I was able to attend my dream school, and now my options feel unlimited.
APIA 맥도날드 장학생이 되는 길을 apanext.com에서 알아보세요.
Thank you for the time, and I don't know how you're all feeling, but I'm sure this is a lot of information. There may be a little bit of overwhelm feeling, so I'd like for us all to take a deep breath. You're already ahead of the game because you're here and you're answering questions, and so great job. And I hope that your students are also just as excited about this journey that they're about to go on. And so I'm here to answer some questions about the community college system. So, Santa Monica College, we are one of 15 amazing community colleges in California, and I am proud of all of our sister colleges, but I'm going to talk specifically about SMC. Ooh, a heavy clicker apparently there. So why should you consider community colleges? It's great to hear about UCs and the Cal States, but I want you to keep in mind that we are a great plan B to have in your back pocket. We have something for everybody. We have for adults, learners, returning who want to come back and upskill and pick up some more classes so they can get that promotion at work. And we are also very, very popular with the high school transfer population, which I think most of you are representing. Sometimes our students don't exactly know what they want to do yet, and that's okay. And so we really encourage exploring, understanding what career goals you have after college. As the previous speaker said, you know, you may think you have to be this major to get that job, and there's lots of paths, lots of different ways to get to where you want to be. So we know that some of our students really need to know, what is that job that I'm going to be having next, and I need to provide for my family. So we really try and lead with that. What are the careers? What are your passions? How can we get you connected with industry and get you on your path? We also are amazingly affordable. I don't know if you've been looking at some of the prices. I saw some of the sticker prices up there. We are $46 a unit, and that seems too good to be true, but you can thank your taxpayer dollars for all of the great ways that it's supporting this type of education. We're open access, and we try and make it as affordable as possible. We also know that students need flexibility. Some folks still are working or can't go full-time, and so we offer classes throughout the day, online, hybrid. We try and really meet the students wherever they are so they can get their educational goals met. And we know that for some of our students, maybe high school wasn't that amazing experience that we'd hoped for. Maybe they didn't get into their dream transfer school, and that's okay. We're going to be that first 2 years of general ed classes where you can save money and still get to transfer. That's where SMC is really, really great at this. We're #1 in transfer for over 34 years to the UCs. And so we really know how to help your student maybe work out some of the kinks that they had in high school and get them on the right path to get to their dream UC school. Here's a couple more brag points that I'll say. Like I said, #1 in transfer. We have a very small class size. Maybe your student wouldn't do so well in an environment where they're one of 500 students in a class. We really have a ratio of faculty who are 1 to 24 students, 1 to 40 students. It's a much smaller learning environment. We hire our faculty because they want to teach. They are not required to publish and do research and all these other extra things. They're there to teach your student. And I think that's a really different learning environment. We have over 200 degrees and certificates, so there's really something for everybody, and we also encourage folks to explore. So you may come in with a plan, but we're here to support you if you need to pivot. We have lots of involvement with clubs. I'll be talking about that on another screen. But we're also really, really good at supporting first-generation students, students who are not sure how to navigate this whole complicated system, and that's one of our strengths as well. Degrees and certificates, you've been hearing a lot about this, so I'll just highlight briefly. SMC, we have associate's degrees, and so those are associates in arts, associate in science, associate in transfer, and those are the first 60 units. It's the first typically 2 years of your experience as a college student. And then you transfer on with a major to a 4-year institution if that's what your student would like to do. Or they can say, no, I'm great with my associate's degree and I'm good. I'm going to get that job. I'm going to move on and get into the workforce. So there's lots of different paths that way. We also have types of certificates. So maybe your student or somebody in your family is like, you know what, I don't really want a full bachelor's degree or AA degree. I just want to learn about X, Y, and Z and get that job that I'm trying to get. So we have certificates that are usually typically shorter in duration and have more variety and have lots of information at our tables about that. And then we're also really proud to say that we have our bachelor's degree program in interaction design. We're one of a small select number of community colleges that offer bachelor's degrees as well. So I'll just brag for a moment. Our interaction design bachelor's for all 4 years of your schoolwork, it's $10,000 for all 4 years. And you saw earlier what 1 year at a UC is for 1 year, so I'm just gonna brag a little bit about that. Like I said earlier, we really want students to come and explore, and it's okay to change their mind. So we have these things called areas of interest, and it's just a way to hopefully help your student navigate their interest and find out what they're passionate about. So it's okay if you're undecided, but we also have arts, media, and entertainment, business, culture, history and languages, education, health and wellness, people and society, and STEM. I have more information at my table if you'd like to look at those specific classes that are offered in those areas.
My parents came to America hoping to pursue higher education. But when my grandfather got sick, they put those dreams on hold. Our financial struggles also limited my options. Fortunately, as an APIA McDonald scholar, I was able to attend the school of my choice and will be the first in my family to graduate college. And now, my options feel unlimited.
맥도날드는 학생들을 지원하기 위해 APIA 스콜러스를 통해 약 400만 불을 수여했습니다. 자세한 내용은 apanext.com을 참조하세요.
We have really strong career services team that helps students take some little quizzes, or you can take a class to explore what your interests are, and then we help them find their passion. It's really hard to get committed to college and to want to complete if you don't really know what lights your fire, right? So we really try and inspire students. We understand that that's hard to do nowadays, and so we really want to connect them with what they're passionate about, and then we know they'll be more successful and transfer on and do great things. We also support them as they're doing the job search, getting their resume ready, helping them get out in the workforce. So that's something that I think a lot of students could benefit from. Transfer, that's our brand, #1 in transfer. And the way we support students is really intentional and clear. Once again, it's about getting them on the right path, helping them connect with what is that next institution you're looking at transferring to, what are their requirements. And we actually have amazing college fairs. Just this past week, we had 160 different universities from all over the world and the US come to our college campus to be there to answer questions for students for several hours during the day. And it's that type of intentional connection with their dream school that will help make sure that they get there. And I think that is exactly why we're so successful with our transfer rates. And we also have amazing counseling staff that, once again, will meet with the student, clarify, hey, so you want to be this type of major? Then you don't need this math class. You need this math class. Like, we try and make sure that students don't accidentally make a misstep, because that can happen, and we don't want that for students. So we're really proud of that. It was mentioned earlier about all of these transfer alliance programs, transfer admission guaranteed programs, all of these great things that we have in place to just support your student to find out where do they want to go, what are the guarantees we have to get you there, what are the classes you need to take. So please come to see me at the table, and I have some paperwork about that to give you more details. But we're very intentional about getting your student on the path and getting them where they want to be. But it's also a fun place to go to school too. So some students may be like, oh, there's no residence halls. We still have a very strong and vibrant student life experience on campus. We have a strong athletics program. I was just at our homecoming game, and we beat Pierce College 54-0. So we got cheerleaders, we got the whole sports vibe as well. We have clubs, lots and lots of ways for students to get connected, find just their friend group, because we know that that's really important, a sense of belonging and connection at an institution. So lots of clubs and fun things to support students so that they're having fun outside of class too. Financial aid, that is definitely one of the things we're very strong with. We will connect you. You fill out the FAFSA form, I think, as part of all of these admission processes, but we have something that I think it goes above and beyond, not just the $46 a unit, which I already told you about, but we have a California Promise program where if you're a first time out of high school and you come to any of our community colleges and you go full time, your enrollment fees are waived. That means no enrollment fees. You still maybe have to, pay for books and things like that, but SMC goes even one step beyond that, and we will possibly waive your textbook fees too if you show enough need. So we really are about removing barriers for students, and we really want everybody to know that. The money shouldn't be what keeps you from continuing in your path, your educational path. And that's part of why we want you to keep us as your plan B also, because we know that you're going to apply to amazing places, and then you're going to get that acceptance letter, and it's going to feel so good, and then you get to look at the math behind it. Like, let's look at how much money we get, how many scholarships we got. And we want you to know that SMC is going to be right there to be like, hey, this is a really great price point for you to consider also. And we have scholarships. Oh, something happened with my font up there, sorry. But we have scholarships, so your student can apply for merit-based or need-based scholarships. The application process is still working right now. You can turn things in until June 13th. So that's great too. We can help you in addition to all of those other things that I mentioned. And if you're trying to plan ahead, maybe you have some younger students in your family, we would love it if you would consider going to a community college while you're still in high school. That's called our high school concurrent enrollment program. You get college credit, and it's free. And it looks amazing on your transcript. If you are successful as a high school student taking college-level classes, colleges love that. They know that you are a sure thing, that you are going to be very successful. And I will show you on this next slide why that's actually a good thing to keep in mind. All right, so you've heard a lot about advanced placement tests versus college enrollment and at like a high school concurrent program. So this is a little summary of what I would say are the key points. So the AP test, yes, you get college credit. The high school concurrent program, you get college credit. There's a big scary test required for the AP test. Maybe your student isn't a great test taker. Maybe that wouldn't be a great environment for them. So a college-level class at the local community college looks just as good and doesn't have the big, scary one-shot test. So I like to put that out there. And the AP test, you don't get a full semester, or you don't get a full year of college credit, but the high school class, you get a full semester of credit. And we're free, and the AP tests are not free. So once again, I know a lot of folks that really are stressed out about the AP exams, and I would recommend looking at your local community college to see if you could take a college class instead. So I hope I have piqued your curiosity. Please scan this QR code, and we'd be happy to follow up with you. And I think that the last thing I would just say is, nobody ever asks where you started college. They only want to know where you finished. And we're really trying to make sure students complete. Make sure you don't finish your college experience with a lot of debt. Make sure you're passionate about what you're studying and complete and move on with your dreams. So please consider Santa Monica College. I'll be in the fair and answer any other questions you might have. Thank you.